Hey guys, welcome back. It's time to yes, it's another grading company video, but I think this time it is pretty important. I think if you at any point currently submit any of your metal cards to either PSA or CGC, you're getting done. You're getting done dirty here. So as we saw, and as I anticipated, the process to sonic weld the case closed was causing damage on the metal Pokemon cards, mostly, I guess at the time, the Celebrations ones. Now we have the Arceus Gold cards. I would imagine that you'd have the same issues with those. The grading companies, they stopped grading them because the cards were becoming damaged. They wanted to blame it on the card. They still want to blame it on the fact that the cards are not well made. I would have to agree. They're not well made, but at the same time, you're trusting a grading company who, we're going to take a look at this, they even on their own websites claim to protect your investment. They protect your trading cards, and they advertise it as such. That's part of the deal. You pay the money to put your crap in plastic. That's supposed to be protecting it, not making it more prone to damage. So we're not going into too much detail about I guess the process exactly, but just know that the cards are being damaged by the sonic weld. Both companies, both PSA and CGC, as we'll take a look at, are now grading these again. They just used an inner sleeve. It's not new technology. PSA had it for some of their cards. BGS kind of always had an inner sleeve. And I guess CGC just kind of adapted to that. So they're going to let on that everything's in your best interest here. And holy crap, man. There's no real script here. I'm just going off the cuff, but people absolutely got hammered. All the people that were speculating on the fact that these companies were not going to grade these cards again, even though in their statements they said that we're not grading them for now. We're going to look into ways to grade them. Anyone that was left holding the hot potato that was a graded metal card, those are bad news. Both of them are up and grading them again. But not only that, you now have a card that was potentially weakened by the sonic welding process, and it doesn't look like PSA or CGC want to do anything for you, which I think is the biggest issue here, the biggest criticism. There's been a lot of grading company criticisms recently, mostly due to the fact that they're looking pretty desperate this day and age when they're not getting as many free dollarinos from everyone submitting too many cards that they can't even keep up. So I guess they have to find ways to stand out. Anyone that didn't think that these were going to be graded again at some point, that they were going to find a solution for it. Anyway, the PSA website, so you don't see a whole lot of it on the main page, at least from a quick scroll through here. But if we take a look here at the process and the about section, we got a big old important one here, which is the encapsulation and preservation. To reinforce its guarantee of authenticity and grade and protect your investment, collectibles graded by PSA are encapsulated in sonically sealed, tamper-evident holders. So if you're preserving something, typically, I guess that would be the opposite of making it weaker and more prone to damage and flaking and all that stuff. So it's a big old not where you advertise, and that's probably a huge issue. And it wouldn't be a huge issue if they just owned it. If they were just like, okay, you know what, guys, anyone that graded one before, send it in. We'll try to re-encapsulate it into the new holder. There's no mention of that. As we'll see, it's very brief. It's kind of hidden amongst some other stuff. Trying to be on the DL and basically just make the news. I don't know why PSA did not publish the fact that, or CGC. I guess I know they don't want to take ownership and have to refund people on this stuff. Also, when you have the PSA guarantee, when you start making certain stuff not covered under that guarantee, then you shouldn't grade it. If it doesn't fit your business model that works for everything else, that covers everything else, that's not a thing. So as far as I can tell, they're not taking responsibility. They're not going to replace your cards that were damaged because of their process. You trusted them with their cards, with the cards. They're not going to help you. That's what it comes down to. I was kind of hoping that one of the two companies, since they're looking for ways to stand out and be the best grading company there can be, you would think that one of them would stand up and just like, here you go, guys. We messed up. This is what happened. It would also at the same time make the other grading company look bad because they're not taking ownership of the problem, but neither of them are stepping up. They're both kind of like, oopsie doopsie. Guys, there's a new process. We grade them again. But there should be full instructions. What happens if you own these cards now? Currently, what about the people that paid like way too much money for them at the time? Do they end up getting paid out on that ridiculous amount? I don't even know what the 10s went for, but it was insane. It was absolutely insane. Now there's going to be more 10s. Now the 10s are going to be in a safe case, I guess. But as far as I know, it's still, even with the safe case, they're not going to be covered under the guarantee. So normally, with that, you're paying extra money for upcharges and stuff like that from PSA. But at the same time, it's not going to cover your guarantee. So is there no upcharges on the gold cards, on the metal cards? Is that how this works? Oh my God, it's unreal. Like, just be upfront, be honest. There weren't that many graded to begin with. Just buy them back, or have instructions. Where are the instructions? Here's the PSA Expands grading to include metal Pokemon sketch and star basketball cards. So I don't really care about the sketch or the star basketball cards. Baseball? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, we have the Santa Ana, California. After much research and deliberation, PSA officials are now expanding the company's card grading services to include several previously restricted releases. Starting this month, PSA will be accepting card submissions that contain metal Pokemon cards, confirmed sketch cards from major manufacturers, and the majority of all remaining star basketball card releases from the 1980s. Due to new, verified discoveries by our research team, as well as advancements made to our card holders with the recessed area, we're now allowing these types of cards to be submitted, said PSA President Ryan Hodge. I think that's how you pronounce it, but not certain. My apologies if it's wrong. We are confident these new offerings will be met with great enthusiasm from countless members of the collecting community. We got metal Pokemon. We'll just cover the metal Pokemon cards here because I think that's mostly what you guys are here for, and I'm not really super familiar with the other stuff. Whether or not any of the other grading companies grade the sketch cards. I would imagine CDC does because they seem to want to grade anything and everything under the sun. I mean, that's what you have to do when people are submitting less of the standard stuff to you. Metal Pokemon cards were released in just a handful of sets, but the most popular ones come from the 2021 Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection, which included metal reprints of the classic Charizard and Pikachu base set cards. PSA initially halted the grading of these cards because the encapsulation process was causing some of the paint on the cards to chip off. There you go. So we're gonna own it, but there's no where are the instructions? Just saying that you're gonna grade them now. What happens? What happens if someone has one in these old cases? What if it hasn't chipped off yet, but it's going to because of that process? What if? Where is it? Where is the information? If anyone has any issues with this or has one of these old holders and you'd like to contact PSA, contact CGC and see what they say, and let me know what they say. I'd really like to. I'm interested in hearing what kind of story they give you, what kind of compensation they can give you, because they're at fault here. They promised to encapsulate your crap and protect it. Their process ruined it. Whether or not they knew what was going to happen, whether or not you knew what was going to happen, doesn't matter. They didn't hold up their end of the deal. They damaged your crap. Whether it's visible or not, they damaged your crap. So there's got to be some sort of process here. Maybe it didn't damage all of them, so some of them are fine. Those still probably should be re-encapsulated into this the inner sleeve version of the case. But there needs to be some kind of like transparency and some sort of like a guide here to tell people what they should be doing with their cards. This is not acceptable. And then if they get are they going to talk to customer service now and they're going to be like, oh no, go suck a fat one in the corner over there. We don't. If you want to resubmit it, you got to crack it out yourself. But after reassessing the sealing process, adding protective mylar padding, aka an inner sleeve, and expanding the inner design of the holder to accommodate these types of cards. PSA is now greenlighting metal Pokemon cards for grading. This move will allow many collectors to complete their cherished sets in PSA graded fashion. Okay, so great announcement. Maybe there's something that's going to pop up that's going to explain what happened. A big old, like, sorry we damaged your crap. What they can do in order to ease that pain for the people that submit their cards prior to this change. Because it's good that they stopped accepting them. Well, they did look for a solution. But it was a long time. It was a long time in between. Where people couldn't submit their cards, and now you have people that are sitting on. You have a bunch of those cards that went up in value because of that, even though it's not their fault, because I'm pretty sure all statements involved with them stopping grading of the metal cards included the fact that they're looking at a way to do it. So I don't know where that speculation comes in. Now, before we go, we're just going to touch on the CGC end of things. We got some very cool Christopher Rush Lotuses. Okay, so CDC Trading Cards, the website. We go through the website here. We go to the card grading holder / label. And on the website, yes, as well, it says CGC Trading Cards holder and label. The CGC Trading Cards holder and label combine enhanced security feature, crystal clear optics, and the most advanced archival materials for the best in display and protection. So, once again, the opposite of what they're promising. They didn't protect your cards. They damaged them with their own process. They should have known. They should have tested some of these metal cards beforehand. I mean, even if it didn't show up, it's not really on them. But it is on them to solve the scenario here. Again, they go through. They're going to blame the cards themselves. And the customer, their customer, or kind of left out to dry because they don't care. They just want to make some more money. If they can sweep this under the rug, if they can sweep the previous versions under the rug, the ones that were damaged, the ones that are potentially going to flake because of the process that happened to the cards originally. Where's any of this information? Where are they making it right for the customers? I don't see it. Do you guys see it? Because it's not there. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I needed to rant about this. I know I mentioned it on the podcast. If you haven't watched the podcast on Pokenology's channel, we do a monthly podcast with the three of us, PK, Cool Trainer Ryan, and myself. There's the VOD should be available. So go give it a watch. If you haven't watched it, it's once a month. Try to catch it live if you can. It's always a blast. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Guys, make sure you send me any and all information if you have any of the old holder non-inner sleeve holders from either PSA or CGC, and let me know what they say to you. I'd love to hear it. I'm sure they'll come up with some kind of BS about how it's the card's fault. The Pokemon company made cheap metal cards, and it's not our fault that we damaged them with our process. But it is. All right, take care of each other. Love you guys. Join the Discord, and bye.